Okay, so today we're diving into something that's sending shockwaves way beyond Washington, D.C. The U.S. government shutdown. Let's break down the massive ripple effect this is having, not just at home, but on the entire global economy.
And there it is. It's official. Congress blew past its midnight deadline, and that has triggered the first government shutdown we've seen in almost 7 years. Now, sure, essential services are still up and running, but for huge parts of the government, well, the lights have just gone out.
But this isn't just about political squabbling. It's about something much bigger: information. The very data that guides the entire global financial system is about to go dark. So what on earth happens when the world's largest economy is suddenly flying completely blind? Let's start by tracing the very first ripple from this shutdown. This is where that political gridlock in Washington creates some very real and very painful consequences for people on the ground. So what's the first and most direct impact? Just look at this number: 750,000. That's how many federal workers are now furloughed. And what's really different this time around is this chilling possibility that for some of them, these job cuts could actually become permanent. So how did we even get here? Well, it really boils down to a fundamental disagreement, a standoff. On one side, you have Democrats fighting to protect healthcare subsidies for 10 million people. On the other side, Republicans are demanding major spending cuts. With neither side willing to budge an inch, boom, a complete stalemate. All right, now for the second ripple effect. And you could argue this one is even more dangerous: the information blackout. This is where the shutdown stops being a local problem and really goes global. Just try to imagine the economic dashboard for the entire U.S. economy suddenly going blank. I'm talking about critical reports on jobs, inflation, GDP growth, all the data that everyone from Wall Street to your local business relies on. It's all just stopped. And this isn't just some minor inconvenience. As this quote makes crystal clear, huge institutions like the Federal Reserve, the European Central Bank, entire global markets, they all depend on this data. Without it, they are literally operating in the dark. Which brings us right to the climax of this whole immediate crisis. With all that data gone, the financial markets are now officially flying blind. And if there is one thing the market absolutely hates, it's uncertainty. So you might be thinking, can't we just look at history to see what happens next? Well, not really. It's actually fascinating. The market's reaction is just wildly unpredictable. I mean, get this. In 2018, during the longest shutdown ever, stocks actually rallied. The takeaway is pretty clear. There is no playbook for this level of uncertainty. So what are we seeing right now in real time? It's a classic flight to safety. U.S. stock futures are dipping as investors get nervous and pull back from risk. At the same time, gold, a traditional safe haven asset, is climbing. This is the market bracing for impact. But here's where it gets really interesting. Beyond all the immediate jitters, there's this fascinating aftershock developing. While some people are panicking, a lot of sophisticated investors are already looking way past all the political noise. Because you see, while all the headlines are screaming about this short-term chaos, there is a very different story unfolding in the world of long-term capital investment. These investors? They're focused on the big, structural trends that are going to shape our economy for years, even decades to come, long after this shutdown is a distant memory. So where is that smart money actually going? It's flowing into these massive long-term themes that are basically shutdown-proof. I mean, think about AI infrastructure, the data centers, the power grids. That's a multi-decade tech revolution. They're also diving headfirst into private credit, which really thrives when traditional banks get nervous. And they're on the hunt for major merger deals because, well, uncertainty often lets strong companies snap up weaker ones. In short, they're betting on the future, not on the political drama of right now. And all of that brings us to the final ripple, this one lingering question that's just hanging over everything. The political fight will end eventually. It always does. But the impact of this data drought, that could be felt for a much longer time. Honestly, we are in completely uncharted territory. The markets are resilient, for sure, but they aren't psychic. With the economy's GPS basically turned off, the real question is this: how long can the world's largest economy continue to fly blind?